A very pleasant morning to the respected audience present here. I am Reza Faye Formentara and today I am going to deliver a morning speech on poverty. Poverty is defined as a lack of food, clothing, adequate shelter, medication, education, and other necessities for a higher quality of life in the world. It also ensures that all people have equal human rights. Poverty is a more serious circumstance in which people are forced to starve due to a lack of adequate shelter, clothing, ethical rights, and educational opportunities. Poverty can be caused by a variety of factors in every country. Even though there are various methods to escape poverty, issues arise due to a lack of adequate unity among a country's citizens in following the answers. Another major reason why the poverty rate is fast increasing with each passing day is because of this. In any country, the spread of pandemic diseases leads to an increase in poverty rates. This is due to the fact that most poor people are unable to maintain their health and receive adequate medical care in such circumstances. Poverty is a negative circumstance in which people are unable to go to service providers for their requirements and are more vulnerable to infections and illness as a result of unclean and contaminated food and water, as well as living in unhealthy conditions. It's the effect that renders people powerless and puts their liberty in jeopardy. This is because a poor individual may become trapped in a vicious cycle of servitude. However, because this is an unavoidable problem, the individual who is trapped in it must live with it. Poverty is a distressing human condition that causes grief, pain, and despair in people's lives. It's the lack of money and essentials that prevents people from living luxuriously and sufficiently, having access to all of life's necessities. This is a negative scenario that may prevent a child from attending school and studying during his or her youth. And it is also the cause of more serious social concerns such as child labor and slavery. A larger proportion of the population in these countries is illiterate, hungry, and without a house or decent clothing. Poverty is also a major impediment to the country's economic, social, and political development. Poor individuals do not have the money to meet all of their demands, and they go through life without numerous amenities, such as two-day meal and safe drinking water. As a result, poor people are driven to take the wrong paths and commit crimes in order to survive. Poverty can be caused by a variety of factors, but for India, it was mostly due to the British control, slavery conditions, and soaring epidemic sickness rates. Children from low-income families do not have access to education or the resources necessary for good schooling and medical treatment. Many of them are unaware of the current improvements that those who are substantially more fortunate have.